Hello viewers, I am starting the solution of Basic Engineering Circuit Analysis 3rd edition by David Irwin. I am started solving all the unsolved examples as well as unsolved exercises. So starting it from today, the first learning assessment given in chapter 1 on page number 7. It is asked to determine the amount of power absorbed or supplied by the elements in figure E1.1. These two elements are given and it is asked to find out the power either they are absorbing or delivering or supplying. So firstly we need to identify which element is concerned. So here this is the circuit behind it. It might have some components and it is supplying us 12 volt. Firstly I will solve this one and then this. So it is supplying 12 volt and we need to identify either this element is supplying or absorbing power, and this is also 12 volt, and the two parameters are given here. One is the voltage and the other one is the direction of current. In this scenario our current direction is going to this element on negative side, entering negative side and relieving from positive side. So let's begin. Firstly I will list down the formula which we will be using in uh, solving this problem, and it is very pretty simple formula of power calculation in electrical engineering, which is basically power equal to V into I. And as we know that we are dealing with DC circuit, so we do not need to worry about power factor, so we will be using simple power formula V into I. Here I need to add a note for you so that you can get better understanding while solving this problem. uh, while solving this problem I am using passive sign convention. So what does it mean by passive sign convention? The current arrow points into the positive side of, or you may say that positive terminal of voltage source. Whenever our current direction will be entering to the positive terminal of voltage source, we will be considering it positive convention of current. And if the sign or if the arrow of current is entering from negative side to the voltage terminal, then we will considering it as then we will considering as negative sign. In preceding slides you will be get idea how I have used this convention. So, and the other parameter which we need to know, that if the sign of power is positive, it means if the power is greater than 0, we will say that power is being absorbed by the element, and if the sign is negative, power is being supplied by the element. So this one is the first uh, this circuit. This circuit A figure diagram is drawn here. You may see that this is our positive 12 volt, and this is our element, and direction of current is upward. Now as I told you earlier that I am using passive sign convention. In this case the element negative terminal is this and positive is this. These are prominented by the in this scenario. So now if the current is entering from negative side, we will take it as negative. So I have used here 4 ampere with negative sign convention. So what we will do, power through 12 volt element. This one is element, and the power formula is simple as I have told you earlier, V into I. And as the current is entering from negative side, so we will take the convention according to passive convention scheme, as negative 4. So our wattage will be minus 48. And as according to the scenario, if the power is less than 0 or negative, then it will be considered as supplied. So in this case, element is supplying power to the circuit. Same power calculated at this point. So here, power through V1 will be Vi, and as the current is entering on positive side, so we will be taking the convention of current, or you may say that the sign of current positive. So simply we will be using power formula to calculate the power, and in this case power is greater than 0, so we will be considering it as power is being absorbed. So this element was supplying, and here the power is being absorbed. In second case, same figure is drawn from that. In this case, our element convention is this positive negative 4 volt, and the current direction is this, that our current is entering on positive side. So what we will take this convention positive. How? Because according to passive sign convention, our current should be entered at the positive side terminal of voltage source. So in that case we will taking the current as positive sign. So firstly calculating this power, simply power through the 4 volt element, but it will be V into I, and V across the element is 4 volt. And okay, I forget to mention one thing, that this arrow was given in the question. So what it was mentioning, that current is going through this through this circuit and then coming back. This is completing the loop. So I have taken this for our assistant. I have drawn the current direction inside. In the earlier one scenario, I have also drawn the current notation. In this case we will be easy to identify the how the current is traveling through the circuit. So here I have calculated the power, 4 into 2 equal to 8 watt, and as I have mentioned you earlier, if the power is greater than 0, it would be considered as being absorbed. So this element at right now is absorbing power. And if you focus on the previous slide, when our current was entering from negative side, then at that point it was considering to be supplied power. And if the current is entering on positive side, then it will be considered as supplying absorbing power. And right now I have same calculated the power for this circuit, same formula. And right now if you consider here, see here, our current is going from here, here, and entering on negative side of this voltage source. So what we will take, as it is entering on negative side, so we will take it as negative 2 ampere current. So our power will be minus 8, and as it is reduced less than 0, so it will be considered as supplied, power supplied. So this element, this circuit is supplying the power, and this element is absorbing the power. Thank you. In future I will post all of the unsolved assessments in the units, and as well as the unsolved exercise questions of this book. So stay tuned with me.